This car makes me smile like a kid. This does that. I get the hype around V8s. I get the hype around V8s. What's good, YouTube? How you guys doing? Today I'm going to be giving an overall impression of this car, what my thoughts have been about it so far, and my expectations versus reality, just weighing and comparing both. I'm also going to be comparing my C43 to this car. I know, crazy, right? Crazy comparison. Anyway, I'm going to be comparing my C43 to this car just to give you, I guess, sort of an idea of what it feels like to drive both without having to drive them. And hopefully I get that through. Pass my message across. I was going to mention that I did lose my voice over the weekend. And if you guys are hearing any sound, it's just the AC. It's a little bit loud here. I did lose my voice over the weekend, and it's made it hard for me to talk without having to project more than I usually do. That's not the point of this video. We're gonna jump straight right into it, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna start from my first impressions of the car. I did have expectations of the car when I picked it up. I expected the car to be heavier, feel heavier than the C43. This here feels weighted. Like, you get in and as soon as you start moving, you feel like you're moving a machine, like you're moving something that's grounded. And that helps you with a lot. It gives you a lot of confidence on the road and the turns and everything, because the fact that it's all-wheel drive too, and it's this planted, it's perfect to me. It's awesome. Another thing I noticed once I hopped in this car is how big it is compared to the C43, of course, because I'm used to driving something much smaller. This feels bigger, other than the fact that it weighs 4,500 pounds. I'm not too sure, but other than the fact that it weighs a lot, this does look and feel big. It feels like a boat almost, but it doesn't drive like a boat. With an all-wheel drive system with a rear-wheel drive bias, you have the ability to disengage the front axles from the back, and then it sends 100% of the power to the rear wheel, and pretty much get a real classic AMG at that point. Now, another thing I was gonna say was the amount of presence this has. I spent some time with it yesterday, and when I was parked, when I was on the road, at the traffic light, I'd have people look and like smile and just like give me a nod, and that to be honest, if you own this car, that would feel nice. That would feel really, really nice. But yeah, you don't get cars for people, right? People just admire it, people see it, people like it, and then they give you a thumbs up. The power delivery on this is crazy. The power band and just how aggressive it feels. The power feels like it's just always there ready to go. I want power, I just do this. She just goes. That V8 is just crazy. That thing just purrs, like, it sounds angry all the time. Now I'm really intrigued. I'm really curious about what the M5 feels like to drive. This is a direct competitor to the M5. And people like BMW fanboys have a lot to say about it, obviously. Let's talk about how much power that has as well. But I've heard some people compare this and say this feels more aggressive, this gives you more. And I've always known BMW to be more focused on handling and precision and all that, so it'll be an interesting comparison, to be honest. Now, the thing with AMGs is the theater. I'm gonna say that one more time. The theater, right? The theater. If you get in an AMG, and then whether it's a V6, a V8, you feel something from it. Even the 4 cylinders, for crying out loud, like, you feel something from them. So I did drive the BMW M4 at some point. At the time, I didn't really have my camera set up, so I couldn't really catch it on camera. But it's for some people, it's just not for me. Because I get in the car, I want the car to, like, I want to feel something from the car. I just don't want it to move. If that's what you're looking for, then that's for you. But if I get in the car, I want to have an emotional connection to the car. And for some people, they get that through the precision and then the handling and, you know, the turns and then the sharpness. But in AMGs, you do get like a bit of everything. You get a lot of sound for sure from the outside and from the inside. Like I said, if it's the V6s, C43s, and other 6-cylinders, you do get some form of theater inside as well. Then again, to each their own. This car makes me smile like a kid. This car makes me smile like a kid. This shit is funny. God damn, bro. It's an Hellcat too. Sheesh. Ah. This thing drinks gas. Yes, a V8. I wonder how bad the gas could be, but it's actually terrible. It's not. You don't buy this type of car for fuel economy. If you did want that, go with a Camry. You don't get an apple and expect it to taste like an orange. But I get what people would say the C43 is a baby AMG or AMG light, or it's not a real AMG. That I don't get, but it's not about the badge, it's about the feel. It's about the feel, and that's real. And honestly, the C43 does well for its class and for its category, pretty much. The power delivery is really great. Sounds really good. The interior is really good for a V6. In my opinion, you don't get that many that sound as good as the C43. Woo! Do what you want with that information. Now, will this make me want to get an E63S or C63? I am leaning into it because it's nice to have something like this and have a daily car, or like a car that you could use during the harsh winters here. Something that's not too, not crazy. To wrap up the C43 comparison, the C43 is a good car. I love my C43. Down the line, I may be switching up to something much bigger, a V8. That would never get old. And C43 just feels like a lighter version of that. It's not as aggressive. This does that. That can never get old. That would be the only reason I'd ever want to get this car, because why else would I want this? It makes you happy. Like, it's like a kid in a candy store. That's the best way I could compare it, or the best thing I could compare it to. I get the hype around V8s. I get the hype around V8s. I get the hype around V8s, man. I do. Ever since I started driving this car, every drive pretty much feels like an occasion. It feels like I'm driving a toy on the road. It'd be interesting to do a head-to-head, back-to-back comparison of two cars within the same class in the same video. I'll try to get time to organize that so you guys could have a good time watching those as well. Now, is this car worth the price tag or MSRP of over 100 grand? Go drive one and see. Go drive one and see. It's up to the buyer at the end of the day. Whatever you want and whatever you want to get out of a car is up to you. So test it out, feel it, drive it, enjoy it. Make sure you hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, comment the type of cars you guys want to see. I love doing